Hey, all you folks with a great business idea, this is your chance. Startup Nation's Sloan Brothers will show you how to start it up, step by simple steps. Now, here are the Sloan Brothers.
All right, I'm Rich.
And I'm Jeff. We're the Sloan Brothers, founders of Startup Nation, the world's leading online content and community website.
We created StartupNation.com to enable you to pursue your dreams as an entrepreneur. We are talking about the 10 steps to open for business. Maybe you've visited steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here we are at step number 6. This is the one that so many people are interested in, especially on our radio show. A lot of callers on this subject, and it's all about finding the funding. How do you get the money to pursue your startup ambitions?
Well, and one way is to bootstrap your business, and this is where you don't go after investor money, you don't go after debt financing through a bank. You empty that pocketbook, you empty your pockets, whatever it may be, you find the capital wherever you can find it on your own, and you fund that business, seed that business with your own capital until you can get it up and going and it's able to survive, either until you get investors to come in at some later point in time or until the revenues are sufficient to support the operations of the business.
And if you don't have the money in that pocket or under the mattress or in that bank account, you might have to pursue debt financing. That's our second option for you. And debt financing, generally speaking, requires you to have 2 years in business. So already your eyes are glossing over and saying, hey, that's not me. But the fact of the matter is there's something called an SBA guaranteed loan or SBA backed loan that a bank can provide you where they actually insure the loan itself, and it increases your chances of actually successfully getting that debt financing.
Right, and one way to finance a business that a lot of people don't think about is grants. Most people think nonprofit when they think grants. Not so. There are grants available for-profit businesses as well. For example, if you've got an innovative product, think SBIR, Small Business Innovation Research Grant. Check them out. That's a way you can access funding without having to pay back a loan and without having to give an equity ownership up in your business.
And then, of course, there's the friends and family source for funding. That might be that rich in-law or the uncle, whatever it may be, or in your case, your younger brother.
I was counting on you.
Yeah, but there can be complications with that as well. You have to treat it professionally and make sure you treat it with the contract and everything so that, let's just say, so that Thanksgiving dinner doesn't get too complicated for you.
It's complicated enough as it is, isn't it? Angel investors. That's where people invest in the business on an equity basis. And these people are called angels. They're wealthy individuals who've got excess capital ready to invest. And they're called angels for a good reason. And that's because their money is very patient. And they usually bring with them a good dose of wisdom and experience that they can lend to you and put to work in your business as you reach for success.
Now, you may not have money, but you may already have some purchase order interest from a really legitimate going enterprise out there. How can you turn that into capital for your business? Well, it's called factoring. There are factorers out there, businesses that essentially buy your purchase order. In exchange, they give you the majority of that purchase order in cash so you can operate your business, grow your business, and create more purchase orders. And they retain a minority of that amount of money that they've given you as their upside.
And venture capitalists, those are investors on an institutional basis who will invest in your company in exchange for equity. They raise money, put it in a fund, they manage the fund, these venture capitalists, and then they'll invest in your business on an equity basis, an ownership basis. And the one thing you got to think about when it comes to venture capital is they're going to want an exit event, as it's called, at some point, where you either sell the company or take it public. That's how they get their cash back out. So if you've got the right type of business that will achieve those objectives, you might be right for venture capital.
That's right. And generally speaking, these venture capitalists have large amounts of money that they invest over the year, but they invest them into a small number of businesses. So that's only good for a fraction of you, especially if you have an experienced management team, a track record, a pedigree, whatever they call it. Those are the options for you here in step number 6 associated with finding the funding for your business. We are in the thick of the 10 steps to open for business, and if you keep following along here to step number 10, you're going to be able to hang that open for business sign.